Hi, I'm Erika,
I'm Giselle.
and our Ecocolum system is called Romeo direction. So our question is, do dead fish affect the mortality of an aquatic plant? And we want to know if the dead fish affect the aquatic plant, like does it poison it or does it not do anything to it? Next slide. Describing our ecocolum.
So for our eco column on the terrestrial part, we had 12 fruit flies, 2 crickets, 2 worms, and a plant.
And for the aquatic, we had a fish named herring, an aquatic plant, and dechlorinated water to help the fish survive. So the graphs, the temperature.
So what we measured was the temperature of the water, and it stayed about the same the whole time, between like 17 and 19 degrees Celsius. So there wasn't much change.
And then we have a graph of the temperature. You can really see. So the temperature would go down in the aquatic chamber. So it went down. So I think that happened. We believe that happened because the temperature, the outside, it wasn't really sunny. It was just gloomy and mostly like cloudy. So temperature went down. So that affected the fish. So it died, and that was affecting the column. And it's important to check temperature because temperature helps organisms grow, and then that way we know if the temperature affects them. Description for follow-up question.
So some of the questions we had is, are dead organisms a source of protein to aquatic plants, or do the fish poison the water that they die in?
And we have another one. Does the temperature have an effect on the plant, on the aquatic plant? Description of our follow-up study design.
So for our study design, we decided that we should have 2 tanks. One of the tanks that will contain a couple of dead fish, and the other tank will just contain the. Oh wait. So the first tank will have dead fish and the aquatic plant, and then the second tank will just have the aquatic plant. And over about maybe a month, we'll like collect data to see how the plant looks like in each tank.
And we will know if the aquatic plant died because it would turn brown. So that's how we're gonna know if it's dying or not. And we're gonna compare the two tanks, the tank with the dead fish and the tank with no dead fish, and we're gonna compare them, which aquatic plant dies first and which one doesn't. Or hypotheses. So we believe that the dead fish does affect the aquatic plant. It does make it die because we believe that the dead fish poisons the water because it's dying. So it's like dead and it poisons it because it's not alive anymore. So that makes the aquatic plant die because the aquatic plant gets nutrients from the water. So then since the water is poisoned, we believe that the plant is dying. And when our fish died, the plant was turning brown, and that's why we believe that the dead fish, does affect an aquatic plant. What results we expect from our proposed study?
We are expecting that the aquatic plant will also die, and well, from the first take. And then from the second take, we think that the plant will still be healthy and green because the dead fish aren't in it.
Yeah. So basically, everything, like overall, we believe that the dead fish is gonna affect the aquatic plant because it's just dead and it's like rotting already, so it's poisoning in it. What results would contradict our expectation? So, if fish were to have no effect on the plant and it would just fail, then that would contradict our expectation. And if the fish, the rotten fish, actually gives protein to the aquatic plant, that would also be a problem. Like it just would make our experiment, I guess, we would be wrong because of that. And
And we wouldn't be able to tell if the fish did affect the plant because I mean maybe there is no effect on the like from the fish to the water, so yeah.
in our eco column, we only had one fish. So that maybe didn't affect that much the aquatic plant, but I think if we have more fish in the tank, then it will affect it, because there would be more rotten fish affecting the plant and like poisoning the water. And yeah, that is our Ecocolum system, Romeo's direction, and here is our fish.
You know, our men right there. Beautiful fish.
Woo!
Okay. Peace, Mr. Carr.
Bye.